Hello everyone! Today we will be studying the Hangul consonants. This is a traditional Korean-style building. What characters do you see in the picture? Can you pick out any particular shapes? See the roof? That is the same shape as the 시옷 character. When you pronounce the character 시옷, you will find yourself making the same shape with your tongue and teeth as that of the roof. As I have mentioned before, Korean consonants take on the shape of the parts doing the vocalizing when we make the corresponding sound. Let's look at some more consonants. When King Sejong made vowels, he was inspired by the forms of the sky, the earth, and people. So, how did he come up with the consonants then? The consonant characters were made based on the shape of the throat, teeth, tongue, and lips when we make the sound. In essence, it is not too difficult to remember how a certain consonant is written, as it looks similar to how it is pronounced. Let's take a closer look at consonants, shall we? First up is kiok. When you pronounce kiok, your tongue will make a shape that looks like the character kiok. Listen carefully.
가, 캬, 거, 겨, 고, 교, 구, 규, 그, 기.
When you pronounce ni은, the tip of your tongue will touch your upper teeth, making the ni은 shape. Ni은 is also a nasal tone. Listen carefully.
나, 냐, 너, 녀, 노, 요, 누, 유, 느, 니.
When pronouncing mium, you close your mouth, making a mium shape with your lips. Mium also involves a nasal voice. Listen carefully.
마, 냐, 뭐, 며, 모, 묘, 무, 뮤, 무, 미.
The 시옷 sound is made by touching your tongue against both your upper and lower teeth. In this way, your teeth resemble the 시옷 shape. Listen carefully.
사, 샤, 서, 셔, 소, 쇼, 수, 슈, 스, 시.
The consonant iung comes from your throat. Your throat will make a shape resembling the shape iung. Listen carefully.
아, 야, 어, 여, 오, 요, 우, 유, 으, 이.
Now, let's find out how we can make new consonant characters based on the ones we just learned. First, if you take the character ni은 and add a line on top of it, it makes the character tigut. Like ni은, tigut requires you to place the tip of your tongue against your upper teeth. Also, While ni은 is a nasal sound, 티귿 is not. Listen carefully.
다, 튀야, 더, 튀어, 토, 튀오, 투, 튀우, 드, 티.
Next, we can add another stroke to 티귿 to make the character 리을. 리을 is a sound made by softly rolling your tongue. Listen carefully.
라, 랴, 러, 려, 로, 료, 루, 류, 르, 리.
Next, if we add strokes to 미음, we can make the character 피읍. 피읍, like 미음, is pronounced by putting your lips together first and then opening them. While 미음 is a nasal sound, 피읍 is not. Listen carefully.
파, 펴, 퍼, 펴, 포, 표, 부, 뷰, 브, 비.
Next is the character ti읕, which you can make by adding one extra stroke to 시옷. Like 시옷, the ti읕 sound is made by pushing air through your teeth. But when we pronounce ti읕, the air should vibrate. Listen carefully.
자, 자, 저, 저, 조, 조, 주, 주, 즈, 지.
Hangul is made up of both consonants and vowels, but the vowels can be pronounced on their own, while the consonants cannot. That is why, when writing consonants, we always include a vowel. Now, let's see how we can combine consonants and vowels. If we combine the consonant 기역 and vowel a, it makes the syllable ka. And if we combine the consonant 기역 and vowel o, it makes 고. Combining the consonant 니은 and vowel a makes 나. And the consonant 니은 and vowel o makes 노. Combining the consonant 미음 and vowel a makes 마. Combining the consonant 미음 and vowel o makes 모. Combining the consonant 시옷 and vowel a makes 사. Combining the consonant 시옷 and vowel o makes 소. Combining the consonant 이응 and vowel a makes 아. Combining the consonant 이응 and vowel o makes 오. This is how we construct each syllable in Hangul. Here, the vowels a, o, i, ä, and 에 are placed to the right of the consonants, whereas the vowels o, u, and u are placed below the consonant. Let's try reading the following words together. Listen and repeat.
고기, 누나, 드디어, 라면, 매미, 비벼, 시소, 자주.
Next, let's try reading some words that use the characters we have learned about so far. While you are reading along with me, think about what each word might mean.
구두,
구두,
나무,
나무,
모자,
모자,
머리,
머리,
바다,
바다,
버스,
버스,
시계,
시계,
야구,
야구.
Try reading the words out loud again and think about what they could mean. Moving on, let's try adding another stroke to the consonants we just learned about to make even more new sounds. When you add an extra stroke to the basic 5 consonants, it gives us new, stronger sounding consonants. Kiuk is made by adding an extra stroke to kiok. This makes a stronger sound since you should push more air out as you pronounce it. Listen carefully.
카, 커, 코, 쿠, 크, 키.
Tiut is made by adding an extra stroke to tigut. This consonant is also pronounced by pushing more air out. Listen carefully.
타, 터, 토, 투, 트, 티.
Piup is made by adding extra strokes to piup. This consonant also has a strong sound. Listen carefully.
파, 퍼, 포, 푸, 프, 피.
Chiut is made by adding an extra stroke to the top of tiut. It also requires you to push more air out, making a stronger sound. Listen carefully.
차, 처, 초, 추, 츠, 치.
Hyut is made by adding extra strokes on top of the iung character. It also requires you to push out more air. Listen carefully.
하, 허, 호, 후, 흐, 히.
Each of these consonants requires you to push more air out of your mouth. You can practice pronouncing them by putting a piece of a paper towel in front of your lips. This way, you can see how much more air gets pushed out when pronouncing them. 기역, 디귿, 피읍, 시옷, and 지읒 can also be doubled to make new consonants. 기역 can be doubled to make 쌍기역. 쌍기역 is pronounced the same way as 기역, but with more stress on the vocal cords. It also has a higher tone. Listen carefully.
까, 꺼, 꼬, 꾸, 끄, 끼.
디귿 is doubled to make 쌍디귿. 쌍디귿 is pronounced just like 디귿, but with more stress on the vocal cords. It also has a higher tone. Listen carefully.
따, 떠, 또, 뚜, 뜨, 띠.
Doubling piup makes sangbiup. Sangbiup is pronounced like piup, but with more stress on the vocal cords. It also has a higher tone. Listen carefully.
빠, 뻐, 뽀, 뿌, 뿌, 삐.
Doubling 시옷 makes 쌍시옷. 쌍시옷 is pronounced like 시옷, but with more stress on the vocal cords. It also has a higher tone. Listen carefully.
싸, 써, 소, 수, 스, 시.
Doubling 지읒 makes 쌍지읒. 쌍지읒 is pronounced like 지읒, but with more stress on the vocal cords. It also has a higher tone. Listen carefully.
짜, 쪄, 쪼, 쭈, 쯔, 찌.
We do not need to push more air out when pronouncing these consonants. They are also pronounced using a higher tone than other consonants. Try pronouncing them, making sure to put more emphasis on your vocal cords. Can you identify the difference between ka, and ka? Look at each of these three characters. To the left is ka is in the middle, and ga is on the right. Ka does not require much aspiration, while ka requires that you push out a lot of air. Meanwhile, ga does not need you to push out much air, but you should use your vocal cords more. Repeat after me.
가,
Repeat after me.
카,
Repeat after me.
까.
Repeat after me.
거, 커, 꺼.
Repeat after me.
고, 코, 고.
Next, we have ta, and ta. Ta does not require us to exhale much air, while ta requires us to push out a lot of air. Ta does not need us to push out much air, but we should use our vocal cords more. Repeat after me.
다,
Repeat after me.
타,
Repeat after me.
따.
Repeat after me.
더, 터, 떠.
Repeat after me.
드, 트, 뜨.
Let's continue. Here we have pa, and ba. Pa does not require much air, while pa has us pushing a lot of air out. Ba does not have us pushing much air out, but we should put more stress on our vocal cords. Repeat after me.
파,
Repeat after me.
파,
Repeat after me.
빠.
Repeat after me.
배, 패, 빼.
Repeat after me.
부, 푸, 뿌.
Here we have sa, cha, and sa. Sa requires more vocal stress than sa. Repeat after me.
사,
Repeat after me.
차,
Repeat after me.
싸,
Repeat after me.
시, 치, 시.
Repeat after me.
스, 츠, 스.
Lastly, we have ta, ta, and za. Za requires more vocal stress than ta. Repeat after me.
자,
Repeat after me.
차,
Repeat after me.
짜.
Repeat after me.
저, 처, 저.
Repeat after me.
조, 초, 쪼.
Let's try reading these together. Listen and repeat after me.
해, 띠, 차표, 코트, 쓰레기, 캐나다, 재채기, 스파게티.
Think about what their meanings could be as you read them.
기차,
기차,
티셔츠,
티셔츠,
피아노,
피아노,
해,
해,
토끼,
토끼,
쓰레기,
쓰레기,
머리띠,
머리띠,
뿌리.
뿌리.
You can check the definitions for these words on your own and try to learn them.